Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would take you guys through some of our move while we're out here walking the dogs. I have Delilah with me. Here's the puppies going for a walk. So we made it to our next duty station, but I just realized that in all the craziness of PCS, and this one was really crazy, I did not upload our pack out video. So I'm going to take you back a couple of months ago to our pack out, and then I'll see you on the other side. Today is pack out day. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what we have going on. They've been here since like 8:30 this morning. It is now 11:30 and they have stopped for lunch. So I will flip the camera around and show you where we're at. This afternoon we have temporary furniture from the base getting delivered, so I'll show you that too. And then we get to live in basically an empty house for 2 months. What'd you say? Out here is the truck with all of our stuff will go into these crates and be nailed shut and then sent. I think it's going by truck down to Busan, South Korea, where it will then be loaded onto a boat and go into from Busan, South Korea, into California. And then I don't know if they're going to truck or boat everything from California all the way across to the other side of the US to our next duty station. But it's got quite the long journey. Right now they're saying we're having lunch too. We're having we meal prepped it's like Chipotle bowls. Right now they're saying our estimated delivery date is around August 1st, and it is currently, today's date is April 16th. So we'll see. Hopefully we get it rather quickly, but we'll see. So this is the loaner furniture that they gave us just until we move out, and then they'll come back and pick this stuff up. We kept this TV back. It's like 11 or 12 years old. We're gonna get rid of that. This used to be over there, but we needed something to put the TV on. So, I mean, it's kind of weird, but we still have to come in here and get food stuff, but the TV has somewhere to go. And then in here, we moved this out of the schoolroom just to put food on so we can try to get through it all. But all of this will be picked up. And then, you know, our bedrooms we still pretty much have everything in here. I took the curtains down to start washing those. But yeah, the mattresses, all that kind of stuff the dressers, all of that is going to be picked up right before we move out. So after all of that happened around April, we still lived in the house until the beginning of June. Then the beginning of June, I'm on the trail here, you can see. So I have to kind of watch in front of me. The beginning of June, we moved into the hotel on Camp Humphreys before we got ready to fly. So we lived there for 10 days. And then we flew. Now, when we flew, we had to take the military's flight from South Korea, a layover in Japan, land in Seattle. Once we landed in Seattle, we spent the night there because the next flight that they had, available for us was like 2 hours after we landed. And we knew that that wouldn't be enough time to get the dogs, get the luggage, recheck all the luggage, do everything. So we ended up staying the night in Seattle. And then the next day we flew Seattle to Philadelphia. But there was a little hiccup with our plane out of Seattle. It had a flat tire, which delayed us. And that delay made it to where we missed our connecting flight? I don't know. Our next flight out of Philadelphia. So then the airline put us up in a hotel. 10 out of 10 don't recommend. It was a terrible, terrible situation in Philadelphia. They put us in Quality Inn right outside the airport. And it was really, really bad. So made it through that. Then the next flight, they still couldn't get us on to our final spot until what was the exact same flight we were supposed to take the day before, but it was like 9:30 at night. So we were in the airport all day long. I want to say we were there for like 12 hours in Philadelphia, just walking around trying to kill time, and waited out for our flight because we were hoping at that point that we would be able to catch the standby flight, which would have left earlier, but that flight was full because the plane that they use to come to the smaller towns only holds like 49 people or something like that. So we ended up waiting till the evening, finally got on our flight, made it here, got to the hotel on base, and we've been here ever since. So we are at Fort Drum in New York. So far we love it here, but it's also summer, and I love almost everywhere in the summer. Winter is going to be rough, but I also don't like winter anywhere, and winter's always rough. So there'll just be more snow, and I think it gets a little colder. It is what it is there. So we are here at Fort Drum. Let's see, what have we gotten done so far? We picked up 2 vehicles. So we had to go through the whole financing process, which with the state of the U.S. economy right now is really not ideal, just because the interest rates and stuff are so high on the loans. But regardless, it doesn't really matter. We need 2 vehicles. You cannot live out in the middle of nowhere, America, with only 1 car for a family of 4. So we did that, and now we are waiting to move into our house. So we signed an offer, I think. So once we get closer to when the house is available, we will sign the actual lease and be able to move in. But like I said in the pack out video, our household goods will not arrive until late July, early August. So when you're overseas, they have loaner furniture, and it's fine. You can live in a house for a couple of months with pretty much nothing. But when you're in America moving around, they do not provide loaner furniture. So we are happy to stay in the hotel until July 29th, because at least that way we have beds and a little kitchenette, all of that. I'll show you the room once we get back. It is really beautiful out here on these trails and stuff that they have around the base. It's gorgeous and the weather's perfect. Although they did have a like heat wave, as they call it. It was 90. So it wasn't terrible, especially coming from South Korea. So let's see. We'll move in. It is a smaller town around here. It's like small town vibes. But we picked it because of that. So, especially having teenagers and stuff, I just think that's the better option over some of the bigger city options we were offered. Like, one of them was Detroit, and obviously, I don't want to go there with teenagers. Actually, I just don't want to go there. But I especially don't want to go there with teenagers. So we are okay with the more small town vibes around here. And I think with all the outdoorsy stuff we can do and all the places we can go see and visit, I think we'll be pretty happy here. None of us have ever been to the Northeast, so this will all be new exploring for us. And Canada's maybe 30 miles away, so we can go there as well. There's a bug on me. You will notice that I did not film a move out clean for my house in Korea. And that's partially because in Korea, it's really just best to go with the realtor office's cleaner, because then, here's the lake. Go through the realtor office, then if something's not right, they can call their cleaner back and get it fixed, and it saves you a headache, because sometimes the landlords and stuff can be kind of nitpicky and, ooh, it's really bright, want to, try to keep your deposit. It's pretty common when you're overseas. So really, if you get the option to book their cleaner, then it's for sure going to be right. All right, I'm going to finish my walk with the dogs and Delilah. And then once I get back up to the room, I will show you guys what our room looks like here. Our room here is definitely better than our room at Humphreys. So at Humphreys, for a family, you get, they call it a 2-bedroom, but that's really false advertising. I mean, I guess it's not, but it is. So you get a small kitchenette area, and then you get a living room area. It's like an all-in-one. The kitchenette and living room area are all in one. And then you get your bedroom that is got like its own door. It shuts. But the second bed, or what they call the second bed, is really a pull-out couch. Now, as you guys know, my kids are not the same gender. They're older. They're not sharing that. They wouldn't do it. And I don't blame them. So we ended up having to get a pull-out bed. But then when you have the couch pulled out and you have the pull-out bed, the couch bed took up the entire living room, and then the pull-out bed took up the entire kitchen. So there was just really like very little room to move around. So our hotel room here is definitely much better, and I will show you that as soon as we get back. All right, we made it back from our walk. The puppies are getting water down here, and I am going to show you guys our hotel room. All right, so when you walk in, the door is right here. You have this big closet area off to this side. Here's the living room. This is the dining room table, and they just have these chairs around it. We pull this fourth chair over here so we can all still eat dinner. Of course, that chair doesn't go there, but it works best with his video games, so that's where it's at. Here is the kitchen area. It's a pretty nice kitchen. I mean, we have a full-size fridge, which is full of all the things because I am cooking in here. You get this style of stovetop. There is no oven, but you do get a microwave, a dishwasher, and then you get basic dishes like these, silverware, bowls, plates, cups. You get all the basics. Then when we go over this way, this is like the king size bedroom. Of course, Daniel's also got a chair with his game going. We have this set of dressers, but it's pretty spacious. And then in here, you have your sink, like vanity area. It's kind of a mess. Just ignore that. Hotel living. And then you have this big closet, which is super nice because all of our luggages fit in here. So they're not just out in the open. Then we have our bathroom over here with a bathtub. So then when we go out on the other side of the living room through this door, in here, we have 2 queen size beds. So no worry about the kids having to share a bed or get a rollout bed, any of that. They also have the dresser situation. They have a TV in here. I don't know. He's using the TV out there and she pretty much hangs out in here. Then they also have the same setup we had. So here is their vanity area. They have another big closet. Of course, her clothes and stuff are everywhere. But their luggages fit in here. So again, no luggages just stacked up around the room. And then they have their own toilet shower area. Back into the living room, I'm just going to show you guys. Of course, I went plant shopping a little bit in the hotel. I even repotted them into some chunky soil mix in clear containers so I can see the root growth. So we have the Mandula pothos. I had one of these in Korea. This is a new one for me. This is a Marble Queen Synapsis. I think that's how you say it. I have 2 of those. This one's really big. So the root ball on this one, the reason it's in such a big pot is, first of all, the root ball takes up this entire top of the pot and it goes down to about like right here. And so I had to put it in this big clear container, but I think it'll give it some room for growth. Another Mandula pothos. I actually bought these as 4 separate small plants, and then I repotted 2 of them together just to make a fuller plant. So I have 2 Mandula pothos, 2 Marble Queen Synapsis, I'm not sure. This is the Thai constellation, Monstera. And again, I purchased 2 and then repotted them together into the clear container. Once my once my household goods come, these will be put into cover pots, but for now I just have to leave them open. And then back here we have 2 Marble Queen pothos. That one and this one. So that's all my plants for now in the hotel. My husband says I am on plant probation, so I won't be buying any more plants right now, but only for right now. Because also, what?
So you make me sound mean.
He's not mean. He's not being mean. It's just, I bought 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plants while we were living in the hotel. And then of course had to buy all of this stuff to repot them. And we're not even in our house yet. So I will definitely be getting more plants. He's exhausted, guys. He's wiped. He said that was a long walk. I will definitely be getting more plants, especially because we get a little front garden bed area with our house. So I'm super excited to decorate that. Yeah, And of course, my house will eventually be full of plants again, like it was in South Korea. So that's the catch up from basically, I think, like mid-April to late June. We're in late June now. And basically all of our PCS move is complete, just waiting to move into the house. I did not get to film a lot because it was just chaos and so many things that needed to be done, and then so many hiccups along the way. It was really kind of a nightmare. I think, babe, what was our total travel time?
80 and a half hours.
80 and a half hours of travel time between Camp Humphrey, South Korea, and Fort Drum, New York. So yeah, it was a lot, a lot. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.